Hey, welcome everybody here. We got one of our graduates here of our second graduating class. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Angelina Stokes. I was a graduate of year 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
I've been attending JRPLA since the day it opened in 2017.
Day one.
Day one. I'm a day one.
It's always beautiful when your day ones come back and check you out. So we hear you as a graduate. You've gone on to Xavier University.
Yep.
And what are you doing down there? How do you like it? Just give us the whole scoop.
Well, yes, Mr. Black. I've been to Xavier University of Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana, okay.
Down in New Orleans. The first thing that I found that was really different was the culture.
Okay.
The hospitality of everyone is so different than up here. Like just walking.
It's real Southern hospitality.
Real Southern. Just walking around, everybody, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Like, I don't know you, but good morning.
Good morning, back at you right now.
Like it's such a vibe and just like a great atmosphere that it just makes it even better for learning because everyone around you supports you.
Right, like a community.
Like it's like a community.
Good, it's
and
good.
The school is very small, not
Okay.
super small. They admit about 1,000 students per year. There's only ever about 3,000 to 4,000 students on campus at a time. So it's not super large, but
Right.
it's not like super tiny. But
I imagine so you have smaller class sizes.
smaller class sizes.
Perfect.
Especially for like the major I'm in.
And what's that?
Is education.
Okay.
A lot of the people that go there, they go there for their they usually go there for biology pre-med or psychology pre-med.
Serious business.
Serious business. The school,
Serious business.
Xavier is one of the top 5 HBCUs in the nation.
Okay.
So that was a good reason for me to go there. And just another thing I had learned just by looking at their stats or whatever is I learned that 90% of all black doctors in the United States graduate from Xavier. 90%. That's
crazy.
Sounds unreal.
That sounds unreal.
But
how is it possible?
how is that possible? Like they have one of the best.
Are we not putting them out, or what's going on?
Like Xavier has one of the best med programs in the HBCU environment.
Okay.
And their whole thing is promoting black doctors. I'm not in the pre-med program, like I just said, I'm in education, but 90% of my friends are
doing something pre-med related.
And
hey, that might be something you might look into a minor in pre-med or something. Man, if it's like that, 90%. Might as well get a little something. Oh yeah, I went there for that too. Yeah. I got my Western. Yeah, I got that.
And it's so interesting because I really like the school's philosophy.
What's that?
Their acceptance rate is really high. Like so. Pretty much most people can get in if they actually apply themselves. But the whole thing is that the academic rigor is completely different. Like it's like the workload is tenfold. It's hard. Like you actually have to apply yourself.
It's gonna challenge you a little bit.
So they're like, okay, yeah, you can come in, but can you stay?
Right.
Can you stay at this school?
How long are you gonna stay? That's the question.
I'm staying all 4 years.
Outstanding. So. And what another great point is a lot of our scholars, as they are getting towards our seniors, are saying, as they're getting towards that exit date and the graduation, they are really expressing that they want to go to HBCU. What can you say to them that are seriously considering HBCUs? Because when you all get close to that graduation point and you do make it known that you want an HBCU, there's going to be a lot of different factors or reasons why people say you shouldn't go.
Right.
It could be the school's not big enough. It's not accredited. It doesn't have the program you're looking for.
Right.
So what can you say are some of those positives to kind of outweigh what everybody else is going to give them? You already said that Southern hospitality is unmatched. It's unmatched. But what else do they offer?
Well, this is just a little sidebar. The food is good.
The food's good?
I'm just going to say, yes, the food is good. But more than that, it's just being surrounded by people like-minded that look like you, they act like you, they come from all different types of cultures.
Right.
And you get thrown into this mixing pot where you can express your own culture, learn somebody else's culture, and again, from everyone who looks like you. It's so interesting to see and learn in those environments.
It's kind of empowering, shouldn't it be?
Empowering.
Yeah,
That black excellence.
Yeah.
And like in all HBCUs, I like to say there's like a hidden curriculum that is not taught in any other school. And like,
is it culture?
It's the culture.
It's the culture.
It's the culture. And they just push forward this like stigma of black excellence. And it's not even in a cocky way. It comes out just naturally, like,
this is required.
This is required.
Yeah.
And like they want to enforce, like, this is our history. This is our heritage. This is where we come from. Good or bad.
Right. This is what it is.
What we're trying to turn it to be. We're trying to be black excellence. I learned a lot about black abundance in classes that you would think, you know, I haven't taken any African American social studies classes or anything like that. But just in my reading class, we have these serious discussions about like black mental health. How is it like being a black person in America, and why our mental health is like different based on like the different things we have to go through as an African American in our society.
Yeah.
And like that's just in a reading class. Like and just like in my education classes, they talk about like the pipeline to prison and how that affects kids in like lower income communities and how all those systems are tied together.
It's all working together.
And it's just like, this is a first year class, and it's just like you won't learn. Like, even talking to my sister who went to ISU here in Indiana, she told me about, like, you know, in my class we're doing this, we're doing that. I was like, have you had the discussion on racism?
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think the teachers go. And I went to ISU. That they're not gonna be as, or maybe in the African American culture center, but outside from that building, it's gonna be difficult to have that type of conversation. Honestly. The honest comment, because, you know, we can have it, but you may not want to say what you want to say.
Right.
I imagine you getting the raw truth.
No, I know my reading teacher, she put a whole class in a circle, and we had a seminar every day. It was ridiculous. And it wasn't even a debate. Like, people would have opposing sides, but like, it would, like, at the end of the day, we both stood on the same side. Like,
right.
It's just like different points of view.
Find a common ground. I understand. And you exiting JRP, you were one of our top scholars, if I do remember correctly.
Yes, sir.
So what is that academic challenge like up there at Xavier, or down there in Xavier?
I can say definitely that, like, being a top scholar here really prepared me, because to be a top scholar here, it wasn't just cut dry, oh, I can do anything and be done. Like, I actually had to learn the discipline. And like, being at like JRPLA, I like to say, it's kind of like different than being at a regular school.
Right. It's a charter school.
Because like the close-knit community, they taught me like discipline. They taught me, like, you know, that stuff's not gonna fly in college. It's
not gonna work.
They were real. They weren't like sugarcoating anything. Like, yeah, go to college, it's gonna be fun. They were like, okay, if you want to do this, it's gonna be serious.
Yeah.
So the moment I got to college, all on scholarships. They didn't give me a full ride, but they gave me about half, and like scholarships made up the other half of the way. I didn't have to pay anything.
That's good.
And like, so when I got down there, I remember everything these teachers told me. Like, this is serious business.
Right.
Ain't no time for play.
Yeah, don't waste a semester you got to make up now.
Absolutely. So when I got down there, I just remember everything I've been taught at this school. It wasn't for no reason. These people weren't talking to me for no reason. At this school, they told me how to become black and excellent in a setting where everyone also has a like mind like you, because that's what this setting is.
Right.
So when I got down there, my grades at the end of this semester, they're all A's. I'm very happy to say that.
Yeah.
And like, I see a lot of people around me struggling with the transition from high school to college.
Okay.
But I like to proudly say that I didn't struggle that much. Other than a little bit of time management, I would stay up till 3 a.m. just doing dumb stuff occasionally.
Yeah, but you learn that.
Yeah, but
that's a part of the process.
After week 2, I was clean. I was going to bed at 10:30 every night. Had 8 a.m. classes.
That's good.
That's good. Doing great.
That's good. So, what do you have any other wisdom or any other accomplishments that you'd like to share?
Well, one accomplishment.
Toot your horn now.
Oh my, beep. Okay, one of the accomplishments I thankfully had the opportunity to take part in this year was a graduates program. And I know what you're saying, like graduates, freshmen.
Right, you ain't been down there one semester. Yeah. What you talking about, girl?
But like the school, they have a program in which they realize we want more graduate students to come from Xavier or to start the research and they're trying out this pilot program in which this is the first cohort year where they invite freshmen to like start practicing research in their like respective fields. So out of all like 1,000 freshmen that were admitted to Xavier this year, only 7 of us got selected for this program. So it's called the Grad Star Rising program. With that, I'll be paid stipends to do research around the community of New Orleans. So my first semester, my winter semester, I got $1,000 stipend.
Okay.
For my spring semester, I'll get $2,000. I think.
So is this just like they're like almost like you get to go research the city?
Research. I get to do actual. I'm
So
not a research assistant. I'm doing my own.
That's what
research.
I'm saying. You get to go down there to yeah. I don't want to be too wild, but you know it's in New Orleans now.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I've had my fun in New Orleans.
Have you been to Bourbon Street?
I've been to Bourbon.
You're young, but you're young, but have you seen it?
I've seen it with my bare eyes. I was maybe there for 5 minutes.
Is that right? I went to New Orleans one time for a wedding. It was the most amazing place I've ever been to. I've never seen anything as live, as vibrant as that street. So you have a good entertainment. Sounds like they're giving you some good culture, a good baseline for what you need to do, how you need to do it. Anything else you want to share with our scholars before we get out of here?
One thing about my school, they really push like learning New Orleans culture. So I have there's a class you have to take every other semester for the first 3 years, and it's just basically learning more about New Orleans culture.
That's smart.
And it's just like it's literally in the core curriculum, and so I really love that about my school. One thing, whatever school you guys are thinking about going to, please look at the mission statement.
There you go.
If you are trying to decide on what school you want to go to, look at the mission statement. That's going to tell you a lot about the curriculum. Like my mission statement, they says they want to push for like competent individuals that are going to be leaders in our community. When you hear that, you're like, okay, they're going to turn me into a soldier.
Yeah.
They're going to, like, when I heard that, I'm like, okay, yes, sir. So
Yes, sir.
if you're deciding on what school you should go to, look at the mission statement, see what you agree with the most.
Outstanding. Well, we appreciate you, Ms. Stokes, for stopping by, giving us some good game and love.
Absolutely.
We will pass this on to our scholars on our network as well. This is the Phalen Way. You have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.